Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Clarabelle9 Gear here, back at it with another video. Without further ado, here, let's get into the video. So, where we left off, I was reading from the Hunger Games, but then I was like, this isn't like the best book to read, to be honest. So, yeah, I'm gonna just like kind of sum up the entire book to you. So basically, Primrose Everdeen gets chosen, which is, Katniss's sister. Katniss volunteers herself as tribute, blah, blah, blah. She wins the Hunger Games by being, like, really good. So, yeah, there you go. That's basically the entire plot of the Hunger Games. So, I'm going to choose a more kind of friendly book. It's Inkheart. It's got action and adventure, but more friendly. Not as much cussing. No death. Like no death. There's like no death in this book, except of evil characters. So, yeah, we're just gonna do Inkheart. Also, finished territory. We're heading home. Yay. Inkheart. Okay, here's a little entry to the book before we even like get to the book. If you're a dreamer, come in. If you're a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer. If you're a pretender, come sit by the fire. For we have some flax gold tails to spin. Come in, come in. Shield Silverstein. Rain fell that night, a fine whispering rain. Many years later, Maggie has only to close her eyes and she could still hear it, like tiny fingers. Oh, did I pass it? No, we're just getting there. Like tiny fingers tapping on a window pane. A dog barked somewhere in the darkness, and however often she tossed and turned, Maggie couldn't get to sleep. The book she had been reading under the pillow, pressing its cover against her ear as if to lure her back into its printed pages. I'm sure it must be very comfortable sleeping with a hard rectangular thing under your head, her father had teased the first time he found a book under her pillow. Go on, admit it. The book whispers its stories to you at night. Sometimes, yes, Maggie had said, but it only works for children. Which made Mo tweak her nose. Mo. Maggie had never called her father anything else. That night, when so much began and so many things changed forever, Maggie had only had one of her favorite books under her pillow, and since the rain wouldn't let her sleep, she sat up, rubbed the drowsiness from her eyes, and took it out. Its pages rustled promisingly. When she opened it, Maggie thought the first whisper sounded a little different from one book to another, depending on whether or not she already knew the story it was going to tell her. But she needed light. She had a box of matches hidden in a drawer of her bedside table. Yay, Poseidon's healthy again. Mo had forbidden her to light candles at night. He didn't like fire. Fire devours books, he always said, but she was 12 years old. She surely could be trusted to keep an eye on a couple of candle flames. Maggie loved to read by candlelight. She had 5 candlesticks on the windowsill, and she was just holding the lighted match to one of the black wicks when she heard footsteps outside. She blew out the match in alarm. Oh, how well she remembered it, even many years later, and she knelt to look out of the window, which was wet with rain. Then she saw him. The rain cast a kind of pallor on the darkness, and the stranger was a little more than a shadow. Only his face gleamed white as he looked up at Maggie. His hair clung to his wet forehead. The rain was falling on him, but he ignored it. He stood there, motionless, arms crossed over his chest, as if that might at least warm him a little. And he kept on staring at the house. I must go and wake Mo, thought Maggie. But she stayed put, her heart thudding, and went on gazing out into the night, as if the stranger's stillness had infected her. Suddenly, he turned his head, and Maggie felt as if he were looking straight into her eyes. Wait, hang on, did I remember to set the timer? I don't think I did, given where my phone is. I did not. Let's see. 5 minutes. So, 5 minutes. 15, okay. She shot off the bed, and so fast the open book fell into the floor, and she ran barefoot out into the dark corridor. This was the end of May, but it was still chilly in the old house. There was still a light on in Mo's room. He often stayed up reading late into the night. Maggie had inherited her love of books from her father. When she took refuge from a bad dream with him, nothing could lull her to sleep better than Mo's calm breathing beside her, and the sound of the pages turning. Nothing chased nightmares away faster than the rustle of printed paper. But the figure outside of the house was no dream. Also, Poseidon's healthy again. Yay, he's at 14% health. Oh, that is not good. Let's see. Our carcass is gone, but we need to hunt. Wait, wrong way. The wind's blowing the other way. Oh, occurred. Perfect. The book Mo was reading that night was bound in pale blue linen. Later, Maggie remembered that too. What unimportant little details stick in the memory. Mo, there's someone in our yard! His father raised his head and looked at her with the usual absent expression he wore when she interrupted his reading. It always took him a few moments to find his way out of some other world, the labyrinth of printed letters. Someone in our yard. Are you sure? Yes! She's staring at our house. Mo put down his book. So what were you reading before you went to sleep? Dr. Jellic and Mr. Hyde? Maggie frowned. Please, Mo, come look. He didn't believe her, but he went anyway. Maggie tugged him along the corridor so impatiently that he stubbed his toe on a pile of books, which was hardly surprising. Stacks of books were piled high all over the house, not just arranged into neat rows on bookshelves the way other people kept them. Oh no! The books in Mo and Maggie's house were stacked under tables, on chairs, in the corners of the rooms. There were books in the kitchen and books in the lavatory, books on the TV set and in the closet, small piles of books, tall piles of books, books thick and thin, books old and new. They welcomed Maggie down to breakfast with invitingly open pages. They kept boredom at bay when the weather was bad, and sometimes you fell over them. He's just standing there, whispered Maggie, leading Mo into her room. Please feel afraid, okay? He's just standing there, whispered Maggie, leading Mo into her room. He's got a hairy face. If so, he could be a werewolf. Oh, stop it. Has he got a hairy face? If so, he could be a werewolf. Oh, stop it. Maggie looked at him sternly, although his jokes made her feel less scared. Although she hardly believed him. Already, she hardly believed anymore in the figure standing in the rain, until she knelt down again to the window. There, do you see him? She whispered. Mo looked out through the raindrops running down the pane and said nothing. Didn't you promise burglars would never break into our house because there's nothing here to steal? Whispered Maggie. He's not a burglar, replied Mo. But as he stepped back from the window, his face was so grave that Maggie's heart thudded faster than ever. Go back to bed, Maggie, he said. The visitor has come to see me. Good God. There's an annoying cat. Give me a sec. Shut up. And I need to close the door. Okay. There we go. Door's closed. We can get back to our reading. Because I honestly like this book way better than Hunger Games. It's got a less dark start. But it's still kind of... there's still dark bits in the book, but it's not as bad. He left the room before Maggie could ask what kind of visitor, for goodness sake, turned up in the middle of the night. She followed him anxiously. As she crept down the corridor, she heard her father taking the chain off the front door, and when she reached the hall, she saw him standing in the open doorway. The night came in, dark and damp, and the rushing of rain sounded loud and threatening. Dustfinger? Called Mo into the darkness. Is that you? Dustfinger? What kind of name was that? Maggie couldn't remember ever hearing it before, yet it sounded familiar, like a distant memory. That wouldn't take shape properly. At first, all seemed still outside except for the rain falling, murmuring as if the night had found its voice. But then footsteps approached the house, and the man emerged from the darkness of the yard, his long coat so wet with rain that it clung to his legs. For a split second, as the stranger stepped into the light spilling out of the house, Maggie thought she saw a small furry head over his shoulder, snuffling as it looked out of his backpack and then quickly disappeared back into it. Dustfinger wiped his wet face with his sleeve and offered Mo his hand. How are you, Silvertongue? He asked. It's been a long time. Hesitantly, Mo took the outstretched hand. A very long time, he said, looking past his visitor as if he expected to see another figure emerge from the night. Come in. You'll catch your death. Maggie says you've been standing out there for some time. Maggie? Ah, yes, of course. Dustfinger let Mo lead him into the house. He scrutinized Maggie so thoroughly she felt quite embarrassed and didn't know where to look. In the end, she just stared back. She's grown. Do you remember her? Of course. Oh, they're running. This one fell, so. And we're in a new pack territory. We just need this hunt. Nova's way smaller than us, which I never really noticed. Until like when the body mass update came out. So let me take down this elk, goddamn. off of us. More worried about this hunt. There we go. Crevice Lake. Gosh dang it. Hang on. Pack leader. Perfect. I'm only saying perfect because if we take him down, then their pack has a chance of disbanding. Get off! Maggie noticed that Mo double locked the door. How old is she now? Dustfingle smiled at her. It was a strange smile. Maggie couldn't decide whether it was mocking. Supercilious or just awkward? She didn't smile back. 12, said Mo. 12? My word. Ha, I've caught you. You will die at the paws and claws of me. Well, it's just because I do not like you and you're the pack leader, so if you die, then, well, you die. Dustfinger pushed his dripping hair back from his forehead. It reached almost to his shoulders. Maggie wondered what color it was when it was dry. The stubble around his narrow-lipped mouth was gingery, like the fur of a stray cat. Maggie sometimes fed with a saucer of milk outside the door. Ginger hair sprouted on his cheeks, too. Sparse as a boy's first beard, but not long enough to hide 3 long, pale scars. Oh, get off of me. Oh dear, I just broke my leg. I just broke my leg. How dare you? Boom. Pack leader down. Now I have to go find her carcass. just like retracing our steps. 'Cause I didn't even get a chance to mark it. But hey, we killed one of their leaders. Okay, I see it. Finally, we're gonna have some food and then we can just head home. And the timer went off. Great. So I don't think I just don't think I'm gonna read for you guys actually, because we always run out of time and it's annoying. And yeah, so I think I'm just like either gonna be silent or something. I don't know. But yeah, it is time to end off the video here, y'all. So if you guys did enjoy this video, then you might like others. Please make sure you give this video a good old pause up and subscribe. Also, hang on. Also, make sure, I really do hope you enjoy it. Make sure you give this video a good old pause up and subscribe. Also, don't forget to have that bell notification so that way you don't miss any single time I upload. I really do hope you enjoy. I'll see you in the next one, and bye, guys. Hang on.